Hi, my name is Desiree, and this is my week 1 project for MDF1. And this week, what we had to do was implement what we learned in AOC 2, like the Objective-C classes, passing the data to different views, and just basic things like that. And this week, we actually had a little bit more fun because we had to create a project and personalize it. So what I did for my project was I created an app called Mail Bonding. It's not very pretty, but I would say it's decent. I'm not going to go through the diagram, but I just wanted to show my diagram if you want to take a look at it. Then I'm going to go ahead and get into showing you how the app, I'm going to try not to take too much time. Let me just lower all this unnecessary stuff. Okay, so there's the icon that I created, and of course what we had to do was create our icons ourselves and our launch images for both the iPhone and the iPad. So go ahead and launch my app. Run it. Okay, so what we had to do for the main view is create a UI label and then put in your app name, and then you have to create an edit button that's going to allow for the deletion of one of the list items, and then of course enter a table view, and then that's going to list these items, and then of course you're going to append 2 strings and then have the images here. So basically we'll go ahead and get into it. If the user hits edit, you're going to go into this mode where you'll see the minus signs, and we all know basically if you click the minus signs, that's an option to delete. So right now, and it also changes the text from edit to done. So once the user deletes an item, they can hit done. So you'll click that. Now you're in delete mode, and then you can just delete the item, and it'll slide it off of the main view. I'm going to go ahead and delete it, but then I'm going to restart the app because for some reason my images append to the next one because they're all set in a list order counting from 0 to 20. So when this one's gone, it's going to append that image because that image is not deleted. So I have to fix that. So I'm going to hit done, and I'm going to refresh this again. So after the user deletes, it'll go back into edit mode, but you can change that if they want to decide, okay, I don't want to delete something, you can go back. Okay, so also once you click here, it's going to take you to a details page. Click here for more details. You'll click here. It's going to say, I just added the label read to gain mail experience as a joke, and then the image, and then I'm in desperate need of a beer, who's coming, you know, just different mail things that they might like you hit agree, click here for more details. What's agree? Okay, happy wife, happy life. If she is mad at someone, so are you. Happy wife, happy life, never disagree. It's just a few different things. So that's the overall app. We'll go ahead and stop that and get into, I'll just put it over here and we'll get into the code. I'll talk a little bit about what I did. And what I did first was I just created all my XIB files here. So I have my main view again, which is going to show up like this because I'm creating my own data here in my .m file. And then my edit button, my title, and of course connected those to my file owner, and set up my instances and my arrays for the data that I want outputted in my app. And of course I set up the functions. I created the list here, the data that I wanted allocated, the objects in there, and then click here for more details, and then I have the images here, and in my second view I have the text. So I set up all my arrays there. Then I came down here and I set up all the functions to return how many list items that I want, you're just going to do a count of that list item, which it'll count all these amount of items that I have. Then created the edit. So again, if you hit the edit button, if you're in edit mode, it's going to change that button, set that title to done. Now it's going to keep it at edit. Then it's going to delete the item here. If I'm in that delete mode, it's going to say editing style delete. If I'm in that mode, we're going to commit that mode, and then of course it's going to take it off the screen. Then we're going to get these items that I created, which is the item name, item label, in my custom cell, which I have here, and then I'm going to, where did I go? Sorry. And then I'm going to get that data back. Then down here, this is for the second page. I'm also going to do the same thing. I created this so that it knows that I'm in the detail view controller. Created this view detail so that I can say view detail dot whatever I created when I'm not using this one right here. That was from something that I was creating another label, but I deleted that label. So for now, I'm just using the image and the details. So this is just basically appending all that to my second view here. And then in my other file, so the detail file, here I have a function, return to main view, which is just my back button. And then I have that functionality set here. And then of course I synthesized my instances. Excuse me. Then I went to my custom table view and created that XIB file, which has my labels, my UI image, which are these different cells. And then I came into my header file, set up those properties, and just synthesized them. So nothing was needed in this file. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what I have so far for my week 1. And what could I have done better? I could have fixed that problem with the images. I think that I could have done a little bit more with the UI. It's not that great, but I just really wanted to get the functionality down. And then of course, I wanted to put a little bit more into my UI diagram. It looks okay, but I really wanted to show what I was talking about here. It's a little bit small, so but you can really see that. And then for my project, I mean, there was an issue I had where I recreated one problem that I had where I recreated the XIB file a few times because what I had was I created the object class detail view controller on its own, and it didn't have the attached XIB file. So I had problems connecting the instances that I set or the properties that I set. I mean, excuse me. So it was saying it couldn't find this XIB file. So I had to recreate it, add the XIB file, and then it finally worked. So that's it for week 1. See you guys next week.